Memphis is the home of the blues, rock and roll, and Earle Farrell.
From the Collierville Square to the mighty Mississippi, the Earle Farrell for Memphis show is all about good things that happen across the Bluff City and the people who make Memphis cool.
The Earle Farrell for Memphis show is made possible by our title sponsor, Southern Security Federal Credit Union,
Jim Karras Chevrolet with George Gully, For Memphis Magazine, the Live at the Garden concert series, and the Orpheum Theater Group Memphis, and by Mitch Wright Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, family owned and operated for more than 40 years. And brought to you by High-Low Commercial Services, owned by the cleanest man in the world, and by Walker Auctions, LLC. When it's time to sell, Walker Auctions doesn't fiddle around. Thank you to all the sponsors for making this possible.
And now, coming to you from Lansky Brothers, Clothier to the King, inside the world-famous Peabody Hotel with the heart of a cowboy and Memphis in his soul. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your host, Earle Farrell.
And thank you very much, and welcome to Lansky's, located inside the world-famous Peabody Hotel. And our guest today is Lance Walker, who, I don't know if he loves antique trucks more or fishing, but he makes a living as an auctioneer. Welcome to the show, Lance.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I love all three of those things.
You do, and you love Lansky's jackets. That's a good-looking one.
I may be wearing this home. I'm debating that.
Well, the thing about it is you always wear a tuxedo most
Yes.
of the time in your auctions, live auctions, and this is really a tuxedo jacket, but open up the lapel.
Oh, yeah. That's what's good about it, is that I do travel a lot, and I'll be taking Elvis with me.
Open up the other side so the camera can. There you go, and hold it open just a little bit wider. Those are all pictures of the Lanskys,
Yeah.
Elvis, Priscilla at their wedding,
Yeah,
and so that's the only place in the world you can get that jacket.
I was telling you earlier, I don't know where they get their clothes, but it's so unique here in Lansky's. It's just, there's no other place like it.
There really isn't.
No.
And the people that come in here, can't tell you how many people, a guy and his wife have been here shopping. I say, y'all from here? And they'd say, no, we're from so-and-so. But
Yeah.
whenever we come to Memphis, we come to Lansky's and I buy 2 or 3 more jackets. Because everywhere you wear them, people go, I've never seen a jacket like that before.
And that's the thing about Memphis, Earl, I think. People from all over the world want to be at the Peabody and on Beale Street. And you see a lot of different people around here.
Well, and people love coming here. In fact, I've had people say, we're going to be going live from, we're going to be Elvis Week. We're going to be live from Hernando's Hideaway. And people go, well, I love that, but I want to come back. I want to be on the show at Lansky's, you know. I said, but they're all fun. And
Oh, yeah.
it's I wear a different jacket on every show. And I've got 5 now. I can't stop buying them, you know. So it's...
Well, if it was good enough for Elvis, it's good enough for us.
And it was good enough for Elvis. And in fact, nobody looked better than him, as
Yeah.
a matter of fact.
Yeah.
All over the store, they got pictures of him wearing Lansky's clothes.
Yeah.
And all these years later, almost 50 since he passed, and the clothes are still in style. They still sell his Louisiana Hayride jackets,
Yeah.
the one that was on the Ed Sullivan Show, and you can buy those original jackets. They're modeled right after those right here.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of them, not those, but a lot of the jackets are on sale from, these are the spring wardrobe and summer, and now they're getting ready to start getting in the fall fashion.
Yeah.
As my wife explained to me, it's not the same stuff year round. You were just recently on a trip and went to Texas, the great state of
We're in
Texas.
the great state of Texas. I thought about you when I was there, Earl. San Antonio, we had our national auction convention there. We have a different place every year. I believe it was actually the best one we've ever had. I guess it was because it was in Texas, for one thing. But it was a great convention hotel right there on the river. As you know, they have the great river walk there in San Antonio. And but we just had great seminars, just a great environment.
And the food, the Mexican food there is incredible.
It was incredible. It was
I
incredible.
mean, we think it's good in Memphis, and it is, but it's a whole different level.
I think it's because I think it maybe everything is original. You know, they make it right there.
Yeah,
It's not made up somewhere else and brought in.
Authentic, I think is what they say.
I mean, I love a Dorito taco at Taco Bell, but it's a little different.
We're not hard to please, though. So when it's really good, we're like walking on cloud 9. I was telling before the show came on today about when I was a kid. Every year I'd win this contest for getting the most new customers on my paper route. And one of the first years we went to San Antonio, and we went to a movie. Then we were walking around downtown near the Riverwalk. It had just opened. Back then, it was kind of rough. It's kind of like Beale Street is here now.
Oh.
Then it's great. You go down there early, but you want to get out of there before it gets too late. Not now, but back then. And these cops came and said, "Where are you boys from?" We said, "Odessa." They said, "You want to be able to go back to Odessa?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Get out of here." He
Wow.
said, "We got some gang members that hang down here, but that's all been the past." And it's a beautiful walkway on the Riverwalk, and you can ride down on a little riverboat, and it's really cool.
It is, and like I say, the convention hotel was great, and it was just a good atmosphere. I don't know if it was being there in that town or what, but everybody was in a very upbeat, positive
Very
mood.
festive, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the hotel you stayed at there?
No.
Because I stayed at the Palacio del Rio, which is
It was
Hilton.
not that one.
And then there's a place called, was it the Driscoll? One place has alligators in the lobby.
I know it wasn't that one.
Yeah.
Is there a Renaissance?
There probably is.
That
but
sounds right, but I'm sorry.
that whole river's lined with restaurants and hotels.
It's unreal. And great restaurants.
Yep.
Great restaurants.
One of the things you told me when you first got back, though, was the fact that auctions are doing great all over the United States.
They are. Or we have seen an uptick in people wanting and needing an auction for various reasons. But if you're in the auction business and if you really work at it, it's not just a part-time thing, you're probably doing very well, because it's just something's happened. We're seeing a good economy in a lot of ways. In other ways, other places are going out of business. And actually, a bad economy is good for the auction business. Well, that may seem kind of strange, but a good economy is usually not that great for the auction business. But this economy is a little strange. You had a good explanation. We were talking earlier about your income level. You know, if you're in maybe a lower income level, inflation's hurting you worse.
Yeah,
you know?
even the mean people that live in the middle of the road kind of thing are being really affected by gas prices.
prices,
We
that's
went
a
the other
big thing.
day and just I went to 2 or 3 stores and got just a few items at $300. I mean, $300 would have filled up our car and a trailer back in the day.
Yeah.
And so that, and the other thing is the advent of the internet.
That's huge change, you know, live versus online, and we're just seeing online auctions is just really become dominant now. It's we still have live auctions, and I love doing them, but you have to go with what people want, and this is what the buyers and the sellers seem to be very comfortable with.
Well, they're getting used to using the internet.
Yes.
And the other thing is, before, yours was mostly fundraising for charitable events.
Yes.
And you've since gone to more just live auctions, not just fundraisers for people, but just live auctions, whether it be a business that you're liquidating or an estate sale.
Yes. And we've got this auction that we're doing in Louisiana, and we're liquidating a plant, and it has equipment in there. I don't even know what it is or what its function is, and that's a good. What I like about the auction business, we may be selling a plant today and a household goods tomorrow. You don't know, but anyway, with the internet, we can reach people all over the country, all over the world, and this will sell to people all over the. So you can't. The live auction limits you in somewhat in doing that.
Well, no, because I go to a lot of those kind of events here in Memphis, and they're big fundraisers for nonprofits. But now they open up to the world. It's not just the people at that location
That's
bidding.
right.
Your whole world, it could be Europe, it could be anywhere. And you just pre-register before the event begins. And you said one of the huge differences is using AI to categorize all the items.
That's what we're doing here in Louisiana. This is our kind of our breakthrough for that. Eric, my son, is
who's been on the show.
Yes, he went down. He and his I think they spent a whole week down there just lotting it. Well, now with AI, you can take a picture of the item and then feed it into your AI system. It will describe it for your catalog.
Which is amazing.
Now, it's amazing, just from a picture. Now you have to go back and look at it. You can't trust it. Yeah.
Well, because it could be a similar item, but just a small difference. I've been amazed. I've taken pictures of a car and said, "What is this car?" And it will tell you exactly what it
Yes.
is with the size engine and
Yes.
everything else.
Yeah. How in the world can you compact knowledge like that and get it so instantaneously? It blows my mind.
Well, and then also your customers or the people that are watching from local or remotely, they can do the same thing, which keeps everybody
Yes.
honest. Because in the old days, you could say the people that were having the auction that own the property say this is what we're going to start the bidding, and they could still do that.
Yes.
But everybody can see what that's worth now.
That's what the online does. It makes it much more transparent. You can see the bid, and when it's raised, you see it when it's raised. So it's very. Sometimes a live auction, you can bid silently. You can pull you flick your ear or whatever. Online, people know you bid, or they know someone's bid. It might not say your name,
because sometimes they don't want to be identified online, which is a benefit of that.
That's the benefit. See, if you want to be an anonymous bidder, you have a username that you make up.
Skippy.
Earle the Pearl.
Skippy.
Something like that.
He took another one. Also the fact that it's much better for the people that are holding the auction, not you as the auctioneer, but the customer, because it greatly increases and enhances their chance of making more money.
It does. And then a lot of people, just like if you're selling your house, okay, do you want several hundred people coming through your house, 2 or 3 days before you put it on the market or whatever? The online auction takes care of that because we don't have a crowd like we used to have. It's sold online, and then people come. They don't all come at once, but they come, at separate times to pick up their merchandise.
One thing I've seen happen over and over at live auctions that people do attend as a fundraiser is all of a sudden they bring out a puppy.
I've sold video.
And I'm sitting there watching that go down. I said, that could be, because everybody loves a puppy.
Yeah, puppy.
A puppy. And everybody loves a puppy after a couple of glasses of wine. And you combine the two, and they could go up in price tremendously.
Yes.
Now, is there a caveat that says if you get the dog home and it don't like you?
Yeah, what people have started doing, this is really good. You don't take the dog home that night.
Okay, good.
You let's say it's owned by a trainer or whatever. You have visits to make sure you're a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's been the last 4 or 5 years people have started doing that, and that way that's the right dog for you, and you really do want that dog.
Well, because you want it to be a good fit, and sometimes I've had horses that just didn't like me. I couldn't figure it out. I'd tell them a couple of jokes, and they didn't laugh. But it is that is the thing. The other thing too is that if you bid on something and then you go, wait a minute, my wife told me I spent too much money. You can pull back that bid, correct?
We that happens occasionally, not very often, but it does.
Do you sweat them for a little bit before you give them some grace?
No, actually, the quicker you take care of that, the better off you are. So I quickly go to the backup bidder. I go to the backup bidder and say, hey, he didn't mean to bid that last time. Are you still okay at $1,200 or whatever?
The other question I have, because I've seen this happen before, where you think the bidding is really slowing down, it's maybe between 1 or 2, and then one kind of drops out, and they go, okay, anybody else? Give me a little sample of when you do that, because Rob was asking me, he said, can we get him to actually do the thing?
Yeah, because a lot of times you have people that wait to that last minute. They don't bid. You can go, I'm at 25, 50, 50, 75, 1, 1, 1, 1, 125, 50, 50, 150. I got 125 here. Would have been 150. Are you going to miss it? I'm just saying 150. All right, here we go. And then boom, Earle will come in, 150. We got a new person. And that's what I normally say. Oh, new person, thank you. 150, now 75, now 2, it'll be 2 1/4, now 2 1/2.
You also find out who's been hiding on the side, too, and they'll jump out all of a sudden. They think they beat this other person out.
Yeah.
Now it's somebody new in the race. Yeah. So there's really strategy that takes part.
There's a lot. Buyers have as much strategy as the auctioneer does. An experienced buyer has a strategy going in on what he's going to do.
Yeah, and I'm sure you've seen those storage bin bidding wars.
Oh, yes.
And which I've never really been interested in those because they talk about a pig and a poke.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even tell you what's in there. You just we'll cut the lock off after we bid on this.
Yeah.
But when you see something like that, Because I would see people that really knew what they were doing, and they didn't bid hardly anything on it. And that's what their whole strategy is, to get it for next to nothing.
Yes.
And then other people think there could be a pot of gold in there, but most people have now realized there's no pot of gold in the storage bin.
I've done a few storage bin auctions. They are interesting. And the way that works is you could open the door and they get to look in it. They can't go in it. They really can't touch anything because it's not theirs. Legally, you can
And you don't
look.
want them looking in
That's
there.
right. That's right. But it's interesting to say, oh, I think that might be, like they look in the back and then they'll bid, hoping that's what they think it is.
Well, I've cleaned out a number of that for friends, and I
Yes.
never saw anything in there I wanted, much as wanted to move.
Well,
Again.
actually, Earl, there are people that make their living doing buying storage units. I mean, there is an art to it.
And then they know how to pick and choose the items that
Yes.
they're actually going to try to resell.
Yes, yeah.
And the rest of the stuff, they go, anybody want it? Take it away.
That's right. That's the thing. See, when you buy a storage unit, you have to clean that unit out. Whatever's in there, got to get out of there.
I guess really the whole world for you is open, though, because we were just talking about, you went over to Hardy. In fact, let me show a slide of this place in Hardy, Arkansas.
Yeah.
And it's for sale. But because you buy and sell all the time, you go anywhere in the world, you'll look at something, and does your mind start working that way? This is
yes.
something I think I might
See,
want
like that, if he should auction that place. It's very unique. It's almost on the river. You can just about, the river's, see that fence there? It's right on the other side of it.
Right.
There's a park that separates them. And that would make a good, probably bed breakfast, or you make a house out of it if you wanted to. But it's got plenty of parking if you want to make it a business, retail, whatever.
But I guess that's what you never know what to expect, because people that are out there in a certain kind of business, they look at that building and think one thing. You look at it and see something else.
Yeah.
And the guy that built it in the first place looked at it and saw something else.
Yeah, I looked yesterday. I looked at 50 acres out off of Raleigh LaGrange, and it's it needs a lot of makeup. I'm being polite, okay?
Is this a rescue mission?
But it's 50 acres.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a lot of land.
A lot of land, and you have to look at the potential of what that could be. You can't sell it for what it is. You're selling. Here's what it could be, and that's what an auctioneer has to do: is to plant that in the buyer's mind. Look, I know here's what you're seeing now, but this is what it could be. Yeah.
This is a shot of you and some of your pals up in Michigan or Minnesota when you went fishing.
Yeah, that was Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I noticed you're dressed for winter, and I knew it wasn't here this summer. But the thing is, that's one of your favorite things to do
I
in
have
the
a
world.
passion for fishing. My blood pressure goes down when I fish. I'm happiest when I'm fishing. I don't have a care in the world. I especially love to fish for trout. I like to use a fly rod or rod and reel, doesn't matter. And my Spring River is my paradise. That's it's only a little over 2 hours from Memphis. So
And so many people don't realize that Arkansas is some of the best trout fishing in the world.
Arkansas is a White River, Spring River,
White.
And what was
Little Red.
Little Red, yeah,
That's
Little
where I
Red's
go
great.
all the time.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, I go to Little Red 3 or 4 times a year with my friend Ron Olson. We go there, and there are people that go all the time, and there are people that never go there. And I would think that would be a rich environment for going in and picking some houses and auctioning those houses off.
Yes, it would be. And let me tell you, Arkansas does a great job promoting Arkansas.
Yes, they do.
The
natural state.
The natural state. And those rivers make Arkansas a lot of money.
Yes, they do.
And to me, the best way to sell one of those houses, if you owned one, you want to sell it, is to put it at auction, online auction, to where you could promote it all over the country, because you never know where your buyer is going to be.
No.
And a lot of people can buy those houses and Airbnb them, and it'll pay for itself.
In fact, you're kind of looking around.
I'm kind of looking at that myself.
If somebody has a home at Hardy, Arkansas,
yeah, that's right.
Lance could be over there going, habba.
Keep your day job, Earl, will you?
Well, I'm an amateur. Who'll give me five? They go, He's kind of slow, isn't he? I wouldn't confuse anybody too much. I have said, though, to you before, because I kind of keep up with them, and we go to Texas and go to the horse and cattle auctions. And if I were to do it, I would keep forgetting where we were at. How much was that last bid?
You know, it's just like anything else. If you do it over and over and over again, the numbers just come to you. I don't even think about the numbers. I'm looking at your face, and I'm trying to say, okay, is there another bid in Earle?
You're looking at me going, I don't think he's got any more money.
Yeah, I think he's done. Yeah, one or the other. But
come on, Mr. Farrell.
a lot of psychology in that.
Yeah.
And there are some people you can play with and they love it.
Yeah.
There's some people you better leave them alone. They don't want that. And you can read their face and see that. But you mentioned livestock. That's still a very popular live auction.
Yeah.
Automobiles, cattle, horses, still sold at live auction and do real well. Yeah.
But as we said earlier on, it's the live auction online that is really attracting more and more people. And I guess you have stuff up on auction all the time. Give me your website that you list upcoming auctions.
WalkerAuctions.com, www.WalkerAuctions.com. And we have a very nice home that we're selling at auction. Terry, who is my listing pro, she just listed another one today.
It's also your wife.
Yeah, it's also my wife. And an international auction champion.
Yes.
She won the bid calling contest one time.
In fact, both of you have been president of the National Auctioneers.
And we've both been president of the National Auction Association. And she's making a documentary about bid calling.
You know, when we were both at KWAM, which you guys still are, when I first met y'all, you started working on it.
That's when we'd started. It's been 2 years.
2 years.
And they're in their final editing stage now.
Which is also called a street fight.
Ooh. and it is. Because everybody's got their opinion.
Everybody's Cecil B. DeMille's.
And everybody's right.
Yeah.
But there has to be a compromise. It's at some point, do we do this? Do we say this? Does this scene get cut? And
I know if it was my wife, I know who would come out on top because she's unrelenting.
That's Terry as well. Yeah. Well, this was Terry's idea, so she kind of is leading the thing because she got it all going. She put the people together, got a great team. And it's going to be a good documentary. I can't wait till it gets done.
Well, it's like at my house, if I have workmakers come over for anything, they say, who do we need to talk to? I go,
it's absolutely
it ain't me. You wish it was before this is over, but because I'm a ballpark kind of guy. Then they go, that's good enough for me. But Kathy is. When she buys clothes, she looks at the stitching.
Yeah.
Where'd you get this?
Well, my wife is good at schmoozing. She
Kathy's
can
good at that too.
Yeah, just schmooze and just have you eaten out of the palm of her hand.
Well, that's it. Although I'm sure they ask you the same question. How'd you end up with him?
Yeah, that's right.
Bad luck all around.
I married her very young. Get them while they're young, then you can train them.
You're both great at what you do, and your son and
Eric,
and your daughter is back.
And Caroline is here with us, temporary right now, but she's real good with the website.
Bring her on the show, and
we're going to do that.
We'll win her over.
Good.
How about that idea?
Let's do that. I like that idea. Yeah.
You want to give them your website and your phone number one more time?
WalkerAuctions.com. And I am Lance Walker, the Fast Talker. 901-493-1936. That's 901-493-1936.
Remember, I had this friend back when I was single, and he would always go out, and he made up this name. It was Lance, somebody, a Hollywood actor, and we never believed. Mine was always, hi, Rick Conway, test pilot. They never believed me either. But I just remember he was always Lance somebody, which I always thought was a great name. And yours is certainly great
it's
too.
Different. I don't know where Mom got it. I asked her one time. She said, I don't know. I just thought of it one time.
I met this guy named Lance in a bar. Kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Well, I always have a good time with you, Lance. Always
Enjoy
good
it,
seeing
Earle.
you. And we'll take another ride in your pickup truck when it gets a little bit cooler. In fact, we put it in the open of the show now so everybody can see that.
Yeah, but let's wait till it's cooler.
Yeah. It was hot the last day we were, and the little vents don't turn in like the later models. They would turn those side vents and turn in.
Yeah,
but those I'm
they
not
don't.
sure what they did.
Yeah.
I guess they kept the rain from coming in.
I've actually ordered a little air conditioner, a little portable one. I'm going to try that out.
Yeah, I saw the one you had in there last time, and I said, It's not working. He
It's
goes,
not
yeah,
working.
that's why I'm getting another one.
90 degrees is too much.
Yes.
For that.
And
Yeah.
in fact, we were just talking about looking at the picture of Bernard Lansky out in front of the old Lanskys on Bill Street, right
Yeah.
over here. And I said, I was telling Rob, can you imagine how hot it was to go to a store in the middle of Memphis on Beale Street at 99 degrees, and they had no air conditioning?
Right.
That's why Bernard would always stand outside. Come on in. I'm staying out here.
And you know what else they had more of back then? Mosquitoes.
Yes, yeah. They didn't even know how to spray for them.
No. And so you had the
That was
hot-
our generation. We'd chase the trucks. We thought it was fog. But we're still here. All right.
Yeah.
Lance Walker, thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me, Earl.
You bet. That's our show for today. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure and tune in next time. We'll see you then.